Hey Paul, what's that plant?
Oh, that is Bambusa ventricosa, or known as Buddha's belly bamboo. It's one of my favorite bamboos. Come check it out. So, Buddha's belly bamboo, it is a grass, in case you didn't know, but bamboo is related to the grass species. And I actually fit this into my Subaru like 5 years ago and drove it on the freeway. So you can see in about 5 years it can get huge if you give it some water. I think it will grow about probably 30-40 feet in California, and you can see it kind of bends over. It's a little wispy, and you can trim it however you want. It's a clumping bamboo, so it's not going to run, and you can if you want to put them next to each other, you can make a natural wall, almost impenetrable. It makes a lot of shoots every year. It grows really quick, especially if you water it. And if you starve it or stress it out, it will actually still grow, and it will grow more of a dwarf variety. You can plant this in a pot. It will pretty much grow anywhere. This is one of the easiest bamboos in California to grow. As long as you don't mind some leaf fall, we'll drop a lot of leaves. You can just leave it as fertilizer, or you can rake it up pretty quickly. So Bambusa ventricosa, native to China. It does have a drawback in California. The noxious mealybug has arrived to Southern California, and this plant does get the mealybug. So you can see I treated it with a systemic. That's the only way to treat it. You can see there's a little bit left of the mealybug. I don't see any of the pink little bugs. They're really pink and soft. And we have Argentine ants here in this area, and they love to harvest and milk them and protect them. So it's really annoying, but all you have to do is treat it with a systemic once a year, once every 2 years on the new shoots. And if you did nothing, it probably would, some of the shoots would die, but the plant won't necessarily die. But that is one drawback of this plant, is it gets the mealybug in Southern California. And I've treated this a few times, and you can see, I mean, it's only 5 years old. It's a huge plant. And it hasn't been a big issue. It hasn't killed maybe one, or if I didn't treat it, it would maybe kill a few of the new shoots, but this plant's pretty resilient. So here's another example of a Buddha's belly bamboo, Bambusa ventricosa. And as you can see, I intentionally starve it of water. It's in a drier environment. It's up here next to this retaining wall. And I only have 2 drippers on it, so it gets a lot less water. And as you can see, it still grows. It will grow a bit more stout, and it will make these swollen internodes on the new culms, and that's where Buddha's belly bamboo gets its name, from the swollen internodes. So you have 2 options with this plant. If you give it a lot of water and fertilizer high in nitrogen, you can make a nice giant screen plant, or you could plant a few of the clumps together and make a natural wall. But if you want something more interesting and want to water it less, you can also have a shorter version of this plant. So it's basically a really cool plant, because you can either water it little and keep it small like a dwarf and make these really cool swollen internodes, or you could water it a bunch and make a giant screen. So 2 in 1 for this plant. Very cool Buddha's belly bamboo. Bam!